Welcome to the Virtual Public Information Center for the Route 18 East Brunswick Drainage and Pavement Rehabilitation Project. This project is located in the township of East Brunswick, Middlesex County, New Jersey. This Virtual Public Information Center is presented by the New Jersey Department of Transportation, Project Manager Zoila Mahia Aragona, and Assistant Project Manager Pradeep Nupane, NJDOT Office of Community Relations Regional Coordinator Meredith Hammond, and Scott Burrows, Project Manager for HNTB, the designer of this project. This Public Information Center presentation has been pre-recorded. Similar to PICs held in person, where we would present and discuss the project, you will have the opportunity to submit questions and comments through the website where this presentation is posted. During this presentation, we will give an overview of the project location, discuss the purpose and need for the project, review existing conditions, and discuss the proposed improvements, including construction staging and project schedule. This drainage and pavement project is located in the township of East Brunswick in Middlesex County, New Jersey. The project is approximately 4 miles long along Route 18. The northern limit is at the southern end of the Route 18 bridge over the New Jersey Turnpike, and the southern limit is just south of Ruse Lane. In addition to Ruse Lane, there are other major intersections and interchanges with county roads at Old Bridge Turnpike, Milltown Road, and Cranberry Road. This project was initiated from being ranked highly on the NJDOT Pavement Management System and Drainage Management System lists. The purpose of this project is to provide pavement rehabilitation along Route 18 from milepost 35.40 to 39.54. Drainage improvements will be constructed to alleviate existing drainage deficiencies and flooding conditions. Operational and safety improvements will be implemented to enhance vehicular and pedestrian safety and reduce congestion along Route 18 at Edgeboro Road and Tice's Lane. Sidewalk and curb ramps, curb, guide rail, sidewalk connectivity, and traffic signal deficiencies will also be addressed. Within project limits, Route 18 is a divided highway urban principal arterial with a 50 mph design speed and a 45 mph posted speed limit. The original shoulders were previously converted to a third lane in each direction, resulting in 3 lanes in each direction, but with no shoulders for shifting traffic during construction. There are intermittent sidewalks along Route 18, but some segments are missing and some ramps do not comply with current standards. There are 8 existing signalized intersections that will be upgraded as part of the project and a 9th signalized intersection at Eggers Street and South Woodland Avenue that is in project limits but will not be affected. East Brunswick is a commercially developed area with many access points along Route 18 and over 200 total driveways. Access to all properties will be maintained throughout construction, with all driveways remaining open during business hours. The following 5 slides will show an overview of the proposed corridor improvements. The first slide starts at the north end of the project by the New Jersey Turnpike, progressing southward to Ruse Lane and the south end of the project in the 5th slide. On each of the slides, you will see the roadway detailed in yellow and orange with blue boxes. The yellow area represents the part of the roadway where pavement will be milled and resurfaced. The orange area represents the part of the roadway where the entire roadway will be replaced with new full-depth pavement. The blue boxes show each of the Route 18 traffic signals within the project limits. On this slide, you can see 2 blue boxes. The first box is at Eggers Street and South Woodland Avenue, and as previously noted, this intersection will not be affected under this project. The second box is at Old Bridge Turnpike and Edgeboro Road, representing improvements to this existing signal. The northerly limits of the project are depicted just south of the existing Route 18 bridge crossing the New Jersey Turnpike. On this next slide, you can see 3 blue boxes. These are at Tice's Lane, Highland Street, and Ferris Street. There will be improvements to all 3 of these existing signals. On this slide, there are no blue boxes, since this is part of Route 18 that traverses the Milltown Road and Cranberry Road grade-separated interchanges. As a reminder, the yellow area represents the part of the roadway where pavement will be milled and resurfaced, and the orange area represents the part of the roadway where the entire roadway will be replaced with full-depth pavement. On this slide, you can see 2 blue boxes. These are at Arthur Street and Racetrack Road. There will be improvements to both of these existing signals. On this last of the 5 slides, you can see 2 blue boxes. These are at Brunswick Square Mall and Ruse Lane. There will be improvements to both of these existing signals. The southerly limits of the project are depicted just south of Ruse Lane. Specific to roadway and traffic, the corridor improvements will include pavement, sidewalks, driveways, traffic signals, and related items. The right lane in each direction of Route 18, formerly a shoulder, will be reconstructed to provide proper pavement depth, cross-slope, and drainage improvements that will be discussed further on the next slide. The entire roadway will be milled and resurfaced along with intersecting streets, jug handles, and ramps. Guide rail will be upgraded to current NJDOT and federal match standards. Bus pullouts will be upgraded as shown here. Missing sections of sidewalk will be completed to provide continuous sidewalk throughout the corridor, and all sidewalk and curb ramps will be designed to meet ADA compliance. Where feasible, driveways and parking will be adjusted or modified to provide the appropriate driveway width and spacing to meet the New Jersey State Highway Access Management Code, along with an ADA compliant sidewalk crossing. Finally, new 12-inch signals will be provided to meet current NJDOT standards. These will be at the 8 intersections previously identified, starting at Old Bridge Turnpike and Edgeboro Road in the north, as shown here, and onward south to Ruse Lane. All of these signals will be linked to the state's Adaptive Traffic Signal Network by ITS connectivity through the NJDOT fiber optic network. The state centrally monitors these signals and can adjust timings as needed to provide the best possible traffic operations, especially during periods of traffic congestion. Typical drainage improvements are depicted on this slide. 2 sections within the project area were ranked within the NJDOT's drainage management system in 2016 as the most flood-prone roadway sections in the state, with the section from milepost 36.6 to 36.7 ranked as number 7, and the section from milepost 36.7 to 37.33 ranked as number 36. The existing drainage system mainly consists of corrugated metal pipes. Corrugated metal pipes running longitudinally along the roadway will be removed and replaced with reinforced concrete pipes meeting current NJDOT standards, while lateral or transverse pipes crossing Route 18 will be filled and abandoned with a new reinforced concrete pipe placed next to the existing corrugated metal pipe. In addition to the pipe replacements, the project includes the installation and reconstruction of drainage inlets and manholes to improve gutter spreads and hydraulic grade lines, which will reduce flooding concerns along the highway. In accordance with New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection requirements and the permits issued for this project, stormwater management treatment will be constructed as part of the project. The stormwater management design includes the construction of 2 new bioretention basins, reconstruction of 2 existing wet ponds, rehabilitation of an existing detention basin, and the installation of 3 water quality chambers. The project received all the required NJDEP land resource protection permits in December of 2021. The permits included a flood hazard area individual permit, freshwater wetlands general permit number 11, water quality certificate, and a 5G3 construction stormwater permit. These permits authorize work in regulated areas such as freshwater wetlands, floodplains, and riparian zones. The project has incorporated all the NJDEP's permit conditions into the contract plans and specifications. The permit conditions include restrictions on when and how work can be performed in and around environmentally sensitive areas, such as limiting turbidity generating activities near waterways and restricting when trees can be cleared to avoid impacts to threatened and endangered species. Construction of some of the new drainage facilities, traffic signals, pavement upgrades, and other project elements will cause conflicts with existing aerial and underground utility facilities. Therefore, the project includes utility relocation work that will be performed by the state's contractor and various utility owners. Approximately 9 utility poles and the electric and telecommunications cables on them need to be relocated. Portions of an existing 24-inch gas main will need to be relocated to allow for new drainage construction. 6 new gas main segments totaling over 11,000 feet will be constructed. Due to the advanced age and significant number of drainage conflicts with the existing water distribution system, most of the water mains within the project limits will be replaced, including all connections and services totaling over 24,000 feet. Also, due to new drainage installations, it will be necessary to relocate about 2,400 feet of existing Verizon duct banks. The construction contract was awarded to Earl Asphalt Company in June 2022. Construction is scheduled to begin in September 2022 and will have an approximate 4-year construction duration. Substantial completion of construction is anticipated in summer 2026 with an anticipated final completion date in fall 2026. The project staging is divided into 4 major stages in the traffic control plans as depicted on this slide and as further detailed in the slides to follow. Stage 2 center median work may begin ahead of stages 1 and 3 to avoid project delays while the required right-of-way is being obtained for property access along the southbound and northbound right lanes. Stage 1 northbound and Stage 3 southbound construction may be performed concurrently once access to the required properties is available. To meet NJDOT maintenance of traffic standards, the maximum continuous work zone length will be 1/2 mile, with the associated lane closure only allowed to pass through one signalized intersection at a time. The distance between the successive work zones will be based on the necessary signs and sign spacing to help motorists navigate the corridor. The contractor may construct in multiple work zones simultaneously in each direction of Route 18, provided that each work zone meets these above criteria. Stage 1 work will perform construction within the northbound right lane and along the roadway frontage using long-term lane closures behind traffic drums. Drums will be used for lane closures instead of construction barrier to help maintain driveway access within the work zones. During Stage 1, there will be longitudinal drainage and utility improvements, including installation of a new 12-inch water main along the underground lateral drainage crossing and utility connections. Pavement, curb, sidewalk, driveway, traffic signal, and guide rail improvements will also be constructed within the Stage 1 work areas. Stage 2 work will perform construction within the Route 18 center median and the adjacent left lanes in each direction of traffic using long-term lane closures behind temporary concrete construction barrier. Construction barrier will be used to maximize work zone protection between opposing directions of traffic, with openings only at signalized intersections for cross-street traffic. During Stage 2, there will be longitudinal drainage and utility improvements, including installation of a new 24-inch gas main replacing sections of the existing gas main, along with underground lateral drainage crossings. Pavement, curb, concrete barrier, and guide rail improvements will also be constructed in this area. In order to construct the 6 segments of the new 24-inch gas main, up to 12 weekend-long closures of both the left and center southbound lanes will be needed to perform the tie-in work to the existing portions of the gas main to remain, with each closure accomplishing the tie-in at one end of each of the 6 segments. This traffic impact will be discussed further in this presentation. Similar to Stage 1 work, Stage 3 will perform construction within the southbound right lane and along the roadway frontage using long-term lane closures behind traffic drums and not barrier. During Stage 3, there will be longitudinal drainage and utility improvements, including ITS conduit replacement along with underground lateral drainage crossings and utility connections. Pavement, curb, sidewalk, driveway, traffic signal, and guide rail improvements will also be constructed in this area. As noted previously, Stage 3 construction may be performed concurrently with Stage 1 since they occupy opposing sides of Route 18. Stage 4 work will follow all other construction within the contract. Final pavement resurfacing will be performed across all northbound and southbound lanes to the final roadway grade. All curb inlets previously installed to the height of the interim pavement conditions will be reset to meet the final roadway grade. Median inlets will be constructed to final grade in Stage 2 so that the median does not need to be reconstructed in Stage 4. During construction, overnight closures of streets and driveways will be used to advance work under Stages 1 and 3 along the right side of Route 18 in each direction. It is intended for all streets and driveways to be open during the day and peak hours. During the overnight, side streets will be reconstructed in halves so that there is access exiting Route 18 into the street and a detour for the side street traffic to get to Route 18 at the next access point. No 2 consecutive side streets are to be closed at the same time. Major intersecting streets are intended to remain open and to be reconstructed in pieces so that traffic can be maintained. This includes Milltown Road and Cranberry Road, as shown on this slide, along with traffic at all signalized intersections. Ramp and jug handle detours have been designed to maintain traffic connectivity when a ramp or jug handle needs to be closed for resurfacing. Driveway signs will be provided as needed so that traffic will always be able to identify driveway entrances in the work zone. As stated previously, stages 1, 2, and 3 will all feature long-term lane closures in the work areas under each stage. Stage 1 will close the northbound right lane, Stage 2 will close the northbound and southbound left lanes, and Stage 3 will close the southbound right lane. 2 lanes may be closed during overnight periods to help with certain construction features such as lateral drainage and utility crossings. However, as noted under Stage 2, there will be up to 12 weekend-long closures of both the left and center southbound lanes to perform the tie-in work for 6 segments of new 24-inch gas main, with the new gas main in the left lane tying into the existing gas main in the center lane. The gas tie-in work will only be allowed between the months of April and October, avoiding colder months with higher gas usage and any weekends with major events that may add to Route 18 traffic. Understanding the 2-lane closures is a significant traffic impact, NJDOT will work with the construction contractor and any other affected traffic agencies and project stakeholders to coordinate this effort, provide appropriate traffic safety or mitigation measures, and provide information to motorists and the general public. Adaptive traffic signal timings will be monitored and modified if needed to provide the best possible traffic flow during these times along both Route 18 and the intersecting streets. Thank you for participating in the Virtual Public Information Center for the Route 18 East Brunswick Drainage and Pavement Rehabilitation Project. Questions and comments can be submitted through this website or by mail or email to Meredith Hammond, NJDOT Office of Community Relations, P.O. Box 600, Trenton, New Jersey 08625, or meredith.hammond@dot.nj.gov. Questions and comments will be accepted from September 26, 2022 through October 10, 2022.